Hello, and welcome to BuzzTV Live, May 31st, 2006. I'm Jason.
I'm Zach.
How you guys doing tonight? First things first, BuzzTV is for mature audiences only, so you've been warned.
Yeah.
Wednesday's show of last week happened to be an interesting show for those of you that managed to catch it. All I can say is I am sorry. For those of you that did not catch it, all I can say is I am sorry. We will not be posting that show ever, and if anyone else posts it, we will send people in black suits to your house to take care of business.
I think we're actually more sorry to the people who saw it than to the people who didn't.
That's true. For those of you that PM'd me or emailed me, thank you very much. I did read all of them. I really appreciate it. I was really surprised at how much support came in. It was a really bad day for me, for those of you that don't know, and you know, we just make it a day at a time. That's how it goes. So Friday night's show ended up being canceled. What happened Friday?
You had a daughter who was
I had a daughter
high school.
who graduated. Yeah. Fortunately, the heavens were on our side.
And her birthday is, never mind.
June 8th.
Awesome. Good work.
Yeah, with the heavens on our side, the good news was we did not have to listen to all of the speeches that night. They cut it down significantly. So instead of a 3 to 4 hour event, it was about an hour and a half.
It was, yeah, something like that.
It wasn't bad, and the only thing we needed to see...
250 students.
Yeah, it was a lot of students. The only thing we needed to see was my daughter walking down the row.
Yeah.
And we saw that.
And the speeches were the same as every other graduation speech I've ever heard.
All the way back to 1988 when I graduated.
It's all the same stuff.
It's the same thing.
Yeah, it's like, when we were kids in 4th grade, we never knew that we'd come this far.
When you end up with one of these, you know, in one of these special situations where you're going to be a speaker because you made fantastic grades or whatever, I guess they welcome you to the special club. They teach you the special handshake.
Exactly, and they hand you
they dust it off.
Here's what you have to say.
And then just memorize it. They change 3 words.
Yeah, they didn't never let me get up there.
No, that wouldn't have worked. So anyway,
let's get drunk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this past weekend was a really incredible weekend for us. It was the first time I've ever sank a boat.
And we survived.
And we did survive.
We survived.
I still do not know how we survived.
Me either. I had, in my head, I had written the boat off.
Yeah.
I wasn't even thinking, maybe we sunk the boat. I was thinking, okay, the boat is sunk. We need to find a way to start swimming for shore.
The water in the boat was over all the seats. That's the best way to put it.
And tell them what you did. Tell them how we got to this point, because now we've done Quentin Tarantino, all right? We've got our image of all of us in a boat, panicking, filled with water. Now lead up to it.
So we're out tubing. We're doing our thing. And a barge goes by. Some barges churn up nice wakes, and some don't. This happened to be a unique barge, churning up some of the largest wakes and swells that I've seen in a river.
Yeah.
Ever.
Crazy.
So I thought it would be fun for us to catch a few of the smaller ones. Well, the first 2 that we caught sent the boat out of the water. It's a, 4,000 or 5,000 pound boat.
It's a big boat.
It's a very big boat.
How long is it?
25 foot.
25 feet. It's, 8.5 feet wide? Or
yeah.
Is it,
8 foot wide.
8 feet wide.
Yeah, very heavy. Big engine.
14 people.
Yeah, there you go. That puts it in perspective. So we were pulling Zach behind us at this point in time, and all I know is we didn't get to the, thank God we didn't get to the big ones, because I was taking those with a little bit of speed.
I never would have made it.
No.
There's no way I could have.
Well, I didn't even make it to the big ones. I made it to what I was calling the smaller ones, and I hit the first 2, which the boat was completely out of the water.
Yeah.
When we hit so hard, Logan hurt his leg, Robin had the wind knocked out of her, I just hurt. Yeah. Actually, what it was my my lower back was just like jammed.
Yeah, spine impaction from the
Heather's toe got split open.
Ooh.
Did you see that?
No, I didn't see that.
I didn't even know that. We were at dinner last night. She's like, "Yeah, well, you're talking about everyone else's injuries. You broke my toe." And I was like, "What?" And she throws her foot up, right? And it split all the way across the big toe. She goes, "That's what you did."
Oh my God!
It's like, wow, you didn't even complain. She goes, "I know, it was so cool." What happened with the boat, that is.
Wow, that's awesome.
Do you remember how entertained she was?
She was. She was really having a good time.
She's very funny to have her explain what happened.
We need to bring her on the show, let her, get her perspective.
And Susan was pretty funny, too. To them, that was the highlight of their year. But that's, well, okay, it was mine, too, but that's beside the point.
Yeah, I was just sitting there going, so what are we going to do?
So we jumped the first 2 with only the worry of fracturing the hull.
Yeah. Which I don't doubt. See, I'm back behind the boat. I'm on a tube.
Yeah, but when we made the second jump, I know that at that point, Zach hadn't made it to the swells yet.
No.
And everybody yelled, Zach's off. And I was like, what the hell? And I turned around, and Zach was indeed off.
Well, see, what happened to me...
So what happened from your perspective?
I'm cruising on the tube. We're doing... You know, we started going pretty quick there for a minute.
Yeah, I was trying to get over to it.
We were flying, so I'm like, you know, doing the thing with the tube. And we start hitting the first few swells. So the first one kind of lifts me up and puts me back down. The second one tosses me up in the air. I'm airborne in the tube. And I come back down to meet the next swell. So, bam! I hit again. It's just like, you know, if you have a paddle ball... Play with the paddle ball, knock it up once, tap it up a little higher, and then just beat the shit out of it. And that's what happened to me. So I go sailing like 20 feet up in the air. I can see the boat down below me. I can like look down on the boat, and I come splashing down at like 40 miles an hour, roll a couple times, and when I surface, I watch the boat's prop dip, like fly up into the air. The boat just nosedives down into the river. The boat was gone. There's the surface of the water, no boat. And then it comes back up the other side, and I can hear people screaming.
And the funny thing was, that was just us warming up.
Yeah, we weren't done yet.
We got Zach back on the boat and asked Logan if he wanted to go for a ride, and of course he said yeah. And I wanted to catch up with the barge, which at this point was, 300 to 500 yards away.
I was just looking at somebody who wants us to turn it up. Apparently it's too low. How's our volume, guys?
I don't know. People in-house that are monitoring it.
Yeah.
Logan, what is our volume coming in over the
Everything
stream?
sounded good on this end, but why don't you guys tell us as soon as the delay comes through? Do you hear us okay?
It's normal. Nothing's been changed.
Okay, then it's on your end. Turn your speakers
So anyways.
Sorry about that.
No, it's all good. So it was 300, 500 yards ahead. It was pretty far.
Oh, yeah, it was out there.
It was way, way ahead.
Half a mile at least.
So we basically head out in that direction, Logan on the back, and I would say we were still quite a distance away.
I'm seeing lots of lows in here.
And I see several of the volume's fine, too.
Turn your speakers up.
So, Seth, is there anything different on our end? Nothing's different on our end, and our guys here are saying that the volume's the same, so...
So what do you want us to do?
There you go. And for those of you that just happen to have your volume at max and you can't hear it, I guess you need to update your computer or something, you know?
Well, have you tried playing with the volume control on your computer?
Shh. Don't give all the secrets away.
Sorry.
As long as it's fine for a lot of people, then that's
that whole majority rules.
So yeah, back to this. So we're cruising along, and I was not going fast at all.
It's true. You're just kind of cruising.
Yeah.
Kind of
because we were catching up with the swells. You know, the water would swell up, and it was coming up from behind. And Zach and Robin were at the front of the boat, and Susan, Heather, Angela, me. That's about it, I guess.
Yeah.
Bill.
And there are 8 people.
We're on the back of the boat. And we're basically just going to catch the swells and just come up and ride them over. Mm-hmm. And it worked great for the first 2.
Like 1.5, because the first one was really kind of a baby swell.
Yeah, all right.
And it splashed us a bit.
And like, ooh, that was fun. We did the second one, and ooh, that was fun.
Floor full of water on the second one.
Yeah, floor full of water. A little bit of an impact. The third one, though, I don't know what happened. The swell, the dip from the top to the bottom was about 8 foot. It's the best way to put it. And the swell kind of broke more into a wave that just crested, and there she goes. As another swell started to develop and the boat went
straight down. Here's a wave, here's the boat, we go under the wave.
It's very little I remember, which is really strange.
Yeah, you blacked out.
I remember seeing this huge umbrella of water come up and over.
Anybody seen Poseidon yet?
And I thought, wow, that's going to hurt. It hit me. Yeah. I remember force.
Yeah, it's
I just remember, oh, God, that's heavy. The next thing I remember, I'm on the floor in 2 foot deep of water, sucking water into my lungs and all, of course, choking, trying to...
Drowning is what they call that.
Yes, trying to turn around and get up. And I remember as I was getting up, I was extremely disoriented because I was obviously no longer behind the helm. I was over in the aisleway and 3 foot forward. I remember as I was getting up, I made eye contact with Zach. And I saw the front of the boat. I didn't see Robin. I guess she was up against the seat there.
Yeah, probably.
The front of the boat was gone. It was
gone. Underwater,
The speakers and the front of the seats and all. The river just came up and the boat was sticking out like this. And Zach was climbing up towards me. I remember seeing that. And the look in Zach's eyes was that of I'd have to say fear.
Yeah.
Zach was, very nervous about the situation.
I'm trying to figure out how I can gather everybody together and make sure everyone gets to shore okay.
All I can think of is kill the engine, kill the engine, kill the engine, which I did manage to get back over and kill the engine.
Yeah.
And then at that point, it was like, all right, what's going on? I looked back at the tube, Logan was gone. The tube was just floating there, doing its thing. And everyone else was just panic.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the best way to describe it.
I mean, the entire...
The whole boat's filled with water.
With water like this deep in the floor of the boat. Now, underneath the floor of the boat is a series of holes that go down even further. All of that is filled with water. The whole boat is filled to the brim with water.
Yeah. So usually where the boat sits 3 foot out of the water, the boat was only a few inches out of the water.
Well, honestly, when the wave hit, like as the wave was coming down and I was feeling the weight of the river pushing me down, my first thought seriously was, one, the boat is sunk, two, we're in the river right now. This is not a wave hitting us. We're underwater. I need to start swimming for surface.
I didn't even panic afterwards, and I looked around and saw that all the seats and everything was underwater. Angela saw her purse float by. That was pretty funny, actually. She knew that's when things was pretty bad. At that point in time, I had more or less written the boat off.
Yeah.
And was ready to just swim to shore. We didn't have to. We spent, 45 minutes bailing water with a cooler?
Yeah, we had a little styrofoam cooler that we sloshed water out with until it broke, and then we used the remnants of it. And we think we got most of it out.
Yeah. So, the boat...
Should have used my motorcycle helmet.
Which was also soaked. My cell phone got ruined. But, Bill, because I had the insurance, Angela called today, the brand new one will be here tomorrow.
Sweet.
Just letting you know.
Very cool.
So yeah, me too. Thank God. So mine got ruined. Angela's was messed up at first, but it began working. And it's worked since. Now, I know that after a few days, it may just stop altogether. That's just how it goes.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Cool. There you go. Is that
So,
thunder outside?
it is. We've got strong storms on their way.
If the show suddenly cuts off, it's because the power went out.
One of these days, I'll have to give you guys Heather's perspective of what happened, because she is absolutely hilarious to listen to when describing what events occurred when we hit that last and final wave. Obviously, there was no more playing, but we did manage to stay out for a couple more hours. And we have people coming and going. So, yeah, there we go. Moving right along to more serious business. Those of you that are in the 3ds Max Fundamentals class, a lot of you have noticed that new content drops have started. If you haven't seen anything yet, throughout tonight and tomorrow, you'll see more and more. I mean, those of you that haven't seen anything will start to see files start coming in. Those of you that are already receiving files will continue to receive more of them. Again, it goes in the order in which you purchase the course. For those of you that purchase it first, you've already got files being dumped in there. It is almost 6 hours of content. Is that correct?
Yeah,
Logan, 5 hours, 51 minutes?
It's 5:51.
So it's almost 6 hours. That's better than what we said when we'd shoot out 3 hours or 4 hours.
Yeah.
That's not bad. So that is on its way. Let's see. What else? Anything in regards to Max content? Yes, remove your files. As a matter of fact, let's do this right here on air. Logan, I want to go ahead and change the system to where when somebody downloads a file, it doesn't disappear. What we're going to do now is after you download a file, you are only going to have, maybe 48 hours once the file is registered, is downloaded before we take it off.
Yeah, it's gone off the system.
We are dealing with so many files that it's unbelievable right now. And we've got so many people saying, I need my files back, I got to download this, that, and the other. So, Logan, what do you think about that? If we just simply put a thing up there, write a script, we leave it, it doesn't disappear. After 48 hours, we simply run a query. Anyone who's got files that have been downloaded 48 hours ago, they're gone. Okay, that's how we're going to do it from now on. That way we can continue to keep free space.
Not to mention the people who haven't even downloaded them yet.
Yeah, that is also another issue. Those of you, we'll just send out PMs tomorrow.
Okay, cool.
Those of you that signed up, all excited, and then wrote us over and over and over about when do I get my files, and then your files were deposited there, and they've been sitting there now for at least 4 weeks with 2 people I know of, without being touched. You're going to end up losing your files, period. And I don't see a problem with that.
There's nothing we can do. We can't just hold on to this stuff forever. We're running out of room.
We are out of room, and it's just having a hard time right now making this all work out. Boy, that thunder is getting closer and
Yeah,
closer.
guys, if the show does cut off, it was really nice hanging out with you.
Angela, how bad is it out there? Okay, yeah, lightning's getting pretty rough, ladies and gentlemen. So anywheres.
Anywheres.
That's right.
No, we're not into that.
Do you have anywheres? Anyways, that's the way it's going to go.
Yep, today I do.
What's wrong with you?
I didn't go.
You got a haircut, yeah.
I didn't go commando today.
Because you got a haircut.
Because I got a haircut.
Bonsai? Anyways, moving right along.
You like it, actually.
Stylish?
Oh, yeah.
Today, hip, modern?
Cornrows.
Ooh, modern.
Cornrows.
Modern with a little sassy in there.
Oh, yeah.
That's cornrows.
Got the little beads on the end. Well, anyways.
Sweet. So anyways, moving right along, Houdini Fundamentals, I did put a PM up in the lounge yesterday asking for those that are interested in the Houdini Fundamentals class to please PM me. Now, the details were pretty clear. It wasn't just that if you're interested, it is if you are for sure that you are going to purchase this class, if it is put up through the content drop system and made available as we start producing files, PM me. I need an accurate representation. If we are pretty much ready to begin recording.
Excuse me. Excuse me.
Stapler?
I don't think that was the best way to handle the situation. I don't think you're going to get accurate numbers this way because you didn't put up a syllabus of all of the topics involved. I don't think that was handled very well.
We've already gone over this. And
I had to. I couldn't help myself.
I'm just going to stab the shit out of you with this pen that says...
3D Buzz. That's a nice pen. Where'd you get that pen?
I don't know. It just came in the mail.
Oh, shit.
People wanting to sell us stuff. It's like, look what we can do. Oh, that's sweet, I guess.
Can I have it?
No, I kind of like it.
All right.
No. So anyways, yeah, of course a syllabus was not put up. For those of you that are familiar with 3D Buzz, familiar with what we do, and you're accustomed to the quality that we put out, those are the people that PM was designed for. Yet, have we disappointed anyone with the content of our courses? We've got people that have been using 3ds Max for quite a while that have already PM'd both you and me saying thank you very much for the Max Fundamentals class. You can't believe that we're barely into Project 2, been using Max for some time, and you're learning all sorts of new things.
There was that lurky fellow.
His day's coming, we'll save that.
Yeah, it is.
Is that fair?
That's fair.
That's all we can say.
I can't wait.
His day's coming.
I'm counting down the days.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
But anyways, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be great.
That'll be great.
Go watch Office Space if you haven't seen it.
Good movie.
The Houdini's fundamental class will be intense. It will be thorough. It will be deep. It'll start out the same way that the Max Fundamentals class and the Maya Fundamentals class started. There will be a talented ball.
Did you say it was going to be long, thorough, and deep?
Something like that.
Cool.
I was just waiting to see who would pick up on that first. I should have known it would have been you.
Oh, me.
So anyways,
I know.
If you are very serious about being in the Houdini Fundamentals class, you need to PM me. Those of you that I am receiving a PM from now will be the first one to get notification about this class being up and ready to go. So the cool thing is those are going to be the first one to get all the files as well, because I'm not going to make a public announcement until after everyone there has been taken care of. Plus, we'll actually see how accurate our numbers are. For those of you that are sending me PM saying, I want in, but I need the syllabus and I need to know exactly how long the videos are going to be. I love that one. How many hours will the class be? You can get online right now and spend $49 and buy a 2-hour video. And with us, it's definitely going to be more than 2 hours.
So do yourself a favor.
Oh, come on. You got it. The Talented Ball Project, which Zach's been involved with Maya and Max. And I started giving him a peek at how it's being handled in the Houdini fundamental class, where everything is a Houdini digital asset.
It's just too damn cool.
It's like you want a stool, let's control its height, number of legs. I mean, the bottom line is we introduce you to that concept at the very beginning so that we can move on to what most people would refer to as not so fundamental type things. Quickly.
Well, yeah, we have kind of our own definition of what makes a fundamental curriculum. And basically, it's every single thing we think you need to know to proficiently use the application.
That's correct. It's a fundamental. It's a foundation. It's a fundamental foundation. I like it. So, anyways, if you haven't seen that post, take a look on 3D Buzz in the lounge area. It's entitled something along the lines of Houdini Fundamental Important. Read it and PM me only if you are serious. And let's go ahead and talk about that for just a second in regards to the seriousness of this. Houdini is used by a lot of the larger studios.
Sure.
That's a fact. It is not used by tens of thousands of kids around the world like 3ds Max and Maya.
Not yet.
3ds Max and Maya is a fundamental course. It's easy to sell because there's demand there. Houdini is geared more towards the professionals. If you know Houdini, you can get a job quickly. I mean, you really can. It's pretty amazing. Companies, studios, are looking for Houdini artists continuously.
Yeah, the demand's just crazy
It
now.
really is. You just need to know the application, and by the time you're done with the fundamentals class, you're gonna know how to write shaders. You're gonna know how to work with Vex. You're gonna know how to do pretty much everything. Let's put it like this: we didn't get into compositing in the Project 1 in Maya fundamentals. Right. We did not get into compositing in Project 1 in 3ds Max.
Well, we couldn't really.
But we're using compositing in all the projects with Houdini.
Cool.
Kind of makes it, if it's there, use it, right?
Exactly. I dig
Fundamental part of the application. So anyways, this is a big deal, and, since it's only used by major studios, and there's not so many people out there that use the application on a day-to-day basis, if you will.
Not many hobbyists.
No, exactly. Then I need to get an idea because right now we're finally starting to get pulled in multiple directions, and I really have to figure out where
That's the understatement of
our resources need to lie. So if those of you out there really, really want to see a Houdini Fundamentals class, it is very important that you let me know that if you're interested in getting it now. We are moving forward with it. The bottom line is this: is it going to be available starting in a week from now, or is it going to be available? No, it could be. We get enough people, the content drop system could start with files really soon. Or is it something that's going to be a year from now? Or when we get a window of opportunity to work on the content.
Exactly.
So there you go. So outside of that, that's everything I can think of.
Yeah, that's all the street
what's going on around
anyways.
You read us some news for a while.
Got some news. Star Wars The Clone Wars has made its debut on iTunes. I love these cartoons. If you haven't seen them, go get them. Cartoon Network's Emmy Award-winning animated series Star Wars Clone Wars is now available for purchase and download on iTunes Music Store. Now, last I checked, they only had the first season up, or the first series. So I'm waiting for them to release the second one, and I'll probably just buy them both at the same time. So that's cool. Bill Gates expresses concern over rivals' motion-sensing controllers. Yeah, concerned that he didn't think of it first.
Yeah, no kidding.
Don't worry, he'll be stealing it next month. Microsoft chairman Bill Gates has questioned the wisdom of Sony and Nintendo in developing motion-sensing controllers, suggesting that there's still a lot to be learned, such as in how Microsoft could use it better than they do. In an interview with MTV.com, Gates said, "There's room for innovation here, but moving that controller around, it's something that's not mainstream for most games." Bill, that's because not many games have used it yet.
That's right.
It can't be mainstream because nobody's done it yet. They're going to make it mainstream, but that's okay. You're not a gamer, clearly. So anyways, it's tough because sometimes you move the controller and you don't want to fly into the ground. You just want to put the controller down. That's why they include a pause button. People aren't that good at totally standing still. Well, they're going to have to get better anyways. Even pilots actually sit in a chair when they do their flying. So, dude, okay, you're a pilot. You're a registered pilot. Let me ask you a question. When you're flying a plane, do you have to sit perfectly still? I mean, completely frozen in space.
I'm quite animated when I'm flying.
Oh,
Think
yeah.
about it.
Oh, yeah. Well, you're always doing this, and your feet are always moving, and you're kind of always jamming, and then you're looking over here, and you're doing this, and you're leaning out the window.
No, I just look at this and think, how often have I had the urge to stand and fly?
There you go. But it's, anyways.
I mean, because it reads, even pilots actually sit in a chair when they do their flying.
Like, doesn't everybody?
Is surgeons on here anywhere? Seriously, think about it. I mean, surgeons can stand and operate for 10 hours straight, it can be done.
Anyways, Gates went on to observe that the future of gaming is likely to be more about online play than what gamers are playing with. Great, yeah, let's keep exploring territory that we're pretty much raping right now. Some games you're going to be playing by yourself. So sometimes, guys, you're going to be playing with yourself.
Yeah.
But most of gaming, particularly as we draw both men and women and people of all ages, most of it's going to be social. So sometimes there will be social play, sometimes there will be solo play. Anyways, as far as the rumors that Microsoft is developing a handheld to compete with the PSP, which were recently dismissed by Xbox's Neil Thompson, Gates says it could happen one day, but not just yet.
Just as soon as we can steal the technology.
Exactly.
But not before then.
Exactly. Over time, you have to say you will carry in your, let's say, you carry in your pocket a media device and a cell phone and a gaming device and maybe a tablet PC for reading.
Only Bill.
It's natural for them to be combined into one device. I agree with that.
I mean, all of these things are on Bill's possession right now.
Exactly. People have different blends of that right now. The world isn't ready for a device that meets all of those needs. Yes, it is. But go a few years out, the hardware gets a lot better, and we'll be there with the software platform, and I think everybody will just take it for granted that there will be a better
The world isn't ready yet for a device that meets all of those needs. Hang on.
I'm ready.
Pocket, let's see, in your pocket, a media device, and a phone, and a gaming device, and when
a tablet device for reading.
When we go, yeah, that's extra shit. When we go on a trip, you have all of those things.
In several different compartments.
Bill has all of those things.
Yeah, you have all of those
I
things.
have all of those
Times two.
things. Now let's go back to this other sentence. The world isn't ready yet for a device that meets all of those needs.
Yes, we are.
Can they just hire me?
Yeah.
So I can start out by bitch slapping someone, and then just make the...
Hi, I'm the world, and I'm ready.
God.
So there you go.
Wow.
Midway brings PSP Myst West. I remember that. That's so cool. More than a decade ago, Myst became a PC gaming sensation with its minimalist approach to gaming and impressive graphics. The series has gone on to be one of the best-selling games of all time, and in the most recent edition, Myst 5 End of Ages was released last year. Earlier this year, Sega revealed its intention to revitalize the Myst craze for the portable market in Japan with Myst for the PSP, due in June. However, there were no plans to bring the game to other regions. Enter Midway Games. Dun, 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 dun. The company's London-based branch today announced it will be publishing the PSP version in the European market. American Midway reps were unavailable as of press time to confirm a release in North America, but a stateside release is likely. No date has been confirmed for the game. So
it's a good game.
If you're not completely tired of beating the hell out of this game on your PC and your PlayStation 1... It came out on 12 different systems.
Yeah, but I mean, it is a good game.
I think I've beat it on at least 3 of them.
I know, but back in the day, it's a great game.
It's a great game.
I know.
6 hours. 6 hours from the time I installed it to later that night. I went all the way through it and saw the end.
Nice.
And then I got Riven, and that beat the hell out of me, man. Riven's a hard game. Anyways, RPG legend Ken Rolston retires. If you're an RPG gamer, there's a good chance Ken Rolston has had an impact on the many nights you and your buddies have spent engrossed in tabletop and online adventures. That's right, your dice throwing hand has been sore because of this guy. And somebody, go ahead and record that gesture I just made. Anyways, from pen and paper classics such as Dungeons & Dragons, Stormbringer, and Warhammer to that copy of Oblivion you're enjoying today, Rolston's contributions to the role-playing genre have been monumental. Rolston's most recent work has been at Bethesda Softworks, where he acted as lead designer on Morrowind, great game, and played a significant part in the development of Oblivion, fantastic game. The latter will end up making an appropriate swan song as he has decided to call it quits after decades of leveling up through the industry. Here's to you, man.
All right. Checking 3D Buzz right now, I've suddenly got a flood of I want ins for the Houdini thing. That people went out, and most of them read the directions.
Yeah.
Some didn't.
And we know who you are if you didn't read the directions.
Please read the directions, because there's a very specific title that you should put, in the subject line.
Yeah.
But please make sure you're serious if you send this to me. Right, Zach? Does that work?
What?
I just want to see if your eyes would roll around.
Oh, that. No.
Oh, no? I can hit you with this mold and...
Yeah, don't even bring that over here. That stinks like ass. Buzz is trying to develop life forms in a coffee cup.
Shh. It's a new drug.
Have you thought about turning that shit toward the camera and let them see it?
No, it's not ready.
Okay.
It's cultivated.
Shh, we're still working on it, man. It's not ready for the market yet. Holy shit. Oh, God, I'm gonna... Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
That stinks like ass and cat food. God.
I still don't know how I'm going to convince Heather to give it a shot.
Me either. Put sugar in it.
Guarantee you she's going to hallucinate for days.
Probably.
Anyways, make sure you send me a PM only if you are 100% serious and you've read the instructions. It's extremely important because if you're like, I want in a year and a half from now, I don't want your PM. Wrong people. All right, continue.
There you go. XM stops sales of select receivers. XM Satellite Radio disclosed late Tuesday in a filing with the Securities and Exchange Commission that it was suspending the sale of 2 of its radios while reviewing others. The move comes as a result of an FCC notice that units were not in compliance with signal strength laws. Ooh. The leading satellite radio provider first disclosed that it was under investigation for signal strength issues in its Delphi Sky-Fi 2 receiver in late April. At the time, the FM transmitter in the device was said to operate outside of transmission limits. In early May, AudioVox disclosed that the company was conducting a review on one of its receivers for a similar problem. According to the filing, it now appears that XM has decided to halt sales of both devices. However, it appears that no recall is likely at this time. Meanwhile, Sirius recently upped its end-of-year guidance to 6.2 million, and the company appeared optimistic that it would be able to easily exceed that number. So Sirius just gets bigger and bigger by the minute.
Yeah.
Disney to offer films on Cinema Now. Oh, look, it's the Disney Castle. The Walt Disney Company on Wednesday announced a non-exclusive agreement with online movie service Cinema Now to offer the studio's films for download. Beginning June 6, Disney will provide both new and catalog movies through the service at a cost of $20 per new title and $10 for some older ones. That's kind of cool if you're into Disney movies.
I feel like Mexican.
Sorry. Let's go. What time is it? It's 8:30. They'll still be open.
Yeah, they're open.
Yeah, all's good. All right. So this is an interesting report. Hey, check this out. You've probably heard of this place once or twice.
Actually, yeah.
Swedish BitTorrent site thepiratebay.org was raided by Swedish authorities and its servers were confiscated, according to a report filed on Wednesday.
Owie.
Today. It's yesterday. Slick.com reported that approximately 50 Swedish police participated in the raid. I guess just to get their name on the roster that they were there. Because, I mean, come on. This is a couple of computer geeks in a dorm room somewhere. Anyways, 50 Swedish police participated in the raid, which resulted in the apprehension of 2 Pirate Bay employees. God, they make that sound so ominous. It resulted in the apprehension of 2 Pirate Bay employees.
Yeah, one's 16 and one's 17.
And one's 14. And they make it sound like, they were sitting in there in all black uniforms with MP5s stretched across their chest while they were typing on pirate computers, It wasn't like that. They were in there getting drunk and stoned, like, oh, dude. Anyways. And 50 cops tried to cram themselves into this little tiny closet to get everybody out. So anyway, the piratebay.org was down as of 10:15 a.m. Eastern something time on Wednesday. EDT, whatever EDT is. You still there?
Yeah.
What's up?
Just taking a look at. We're having a lot of serious feed problems.
The video is freezing. People are losing the video because it seems to be freezing. You gotta hold still when I do that, man.
I can't hold still.
Damn it. All right. Can I keep reading, or do you want me to wait a minute?
It'll freeze you automatically, so just keep reading.
Cool. The site claimed to be the largest BitTorrent site in the world. Why would you make that kind of claim? You'd think that would bring the authorities down on you. Wait a minute. It did. And since it was based in Sweden, also claimed to be immune from U.S. copyright laws and agencies that had forced the closure of similar sites around the world. So that's, I guess, why 50 Swedish police went. Although the Motion Picture Association of America has sued, no doubt, they'll sue a 5-year-old girl if they think it'll get them a little money.
And a dead grandma.
Although BitTorrent serves as a mechanism for distributing content across the internet, the application has become almost synonymous with copyright infringement. BitTorrent's got a bad rep. Which content groups have labeled as piracy? Sites like the Pirate Bay and isohunt.com operate as search engines providing links to torrents of files and collections of files. Content groups have argued that practice facilitates infringement and the sites should be shut down. Well, that's great. So apparently, if I tell you where to find the pieces for a bomb, even though I don't actually give you the pieces, but I tell you where you can actually find them, so I should be sued now. Because all I'm doing is telling you where to get the shit.
I'm going to sue you.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't know why I'll come up with a reason tomorrow, but I'm going to sue you.
I don't agree with copyright infringement, and I
don't
agree with piracy. But I think this is the wrong way to go about this.
I'm going to sue the pirates.
Cool. For being pirates? Arr.
I'm going to sue you for that.
Cool. Yeah, that'd be great.
That's what it's like in America.
It is. Hi, I'm suing you.
Your breath stink.
My breath stink? Oh, sorry. Anyways, PSP mod...
Oh, just kidding.
PSP mod chip aims to end firmware woes.
So they say.
Great.
Right.
MaxConsole.net reports that a new PSP mod, Undiluted Platinum, UP, is being readied for release. The chip has been designed to fit perfectly inside the standard PSP unit and acts as a flash replacement system. Theoretically, UP will run previous versions of PSP firmware and even custom flash builds, granting users access to both homebrew applications and the latest licensed games. Price and installation procedure have not yet been specified. So you can get a screwdriver and open up your PSP and mod the damn thing. You know, I just upgraded to the most recent firmware, and I don't have a problem with it. But I want to run Galaga on it, man. It's so awesome to be able to run Galaga at 4 frames an hour. Anyways.
You get 4 frames an hour? That's awesome.
I know. I had to, put it up to its highest freaking processor rate, which apparently will blow my PSP up if I keep doing it. It's awesome. Like a hot dog. Anyways, AMD readies the first live PCs.
Like 100 million hot dogs.
It's like 100 million hot dogs, sir. Kudos if you know where that came from. The first systems based on Advanced Micro Devices' live home entertainment platform will go on sale next month. That would be what, tomorrow? The chipmaker said today. AMD Athlon 64X2 dual-core processor will feature in PCs manufactured by Acer, Dell, Alienware, Hewlett-Packard, and China's Tsinghua.
Dell?
Yeah, Dell.
They don't make AMD computers. That'd be crazy if they did.
I'm sorry, Dell's Alienware. Dell owns Alienware.
Yeah, I know that. Yeah, they make it.
So, dude, chill. Dude, we've got IP whore bitch 9000 Bill over here going, excuse me, but Dell doesn't make AMD computers, bitch. And that's exactly what he sounded like, too. You guys just couldn't hear him because of the microphone. So, anyways, as we continue.
Sorry about the name.
It's all good. It'll grow back. I got something else you can choke. The chip maker is going to grab market share from Intel, whose Core Duo processor powers many PCs, including models of Lenovo Group ThinkPad line and Apple Computers MacBooks. Bill bought one of those. It's pretty fun to actually watch music, too, because, we're recording the 3DS Max Fundamentals class right now. So it really is, when he wants to kind of, goof off and maybe relax and do something trendy, yet kind of, off, he'll boot up in Mac OS X. When he wants to actually get some work done, he has to boot up into Windows. So he
plays with his little garbage music thing.
Plays with GarageBand.
That's it.
And then he got all excited the other night. I come into my apartment and Bill just fucking waylays me at the door, and he's got this thing where it's like a little.
All right, stop. I know we say this is for mature audiences only, but this is really starting to sound bad.
It's not that bad.
You sure?
Yeah. It's all on his MacBook.
Dad.
I told him not to look at the kiddie stuff anymore. Anyways, it's this little thing like lightsaber for your Mac.
Okay.
And all this massive program does, is when you lean the MacBook, it sounds like a lightsaber. Vroom, vroom. So yeah.
Warning, not responsible for fragile hard drive.
Exactly. But yeah, that totally makes it worth booting into OS X too. So I'm very proud of Bill for funding that. So, yeah, flawless man-made diamonds. Now, this is an interesting story. What it is, perfect single crystal diamonds of more than 2 carats. By the way, the average engagement ring is less than a carat. Churned out in a day. Scientists create the gemstones using a process called chemical vapor deposition, or CVD for short, because that sounds cool, which grows diamond crystals 1 carbon atom at a time. Why? The jewelry industry has shown great interest in ersatz versions of the 45-carat Hope diamond, which I've seen. It's kind of cool. But other uses could prove more lucrative. Using CVD, scientists will be able to cheaply mass-produce diamond semiconductors that are hundreds of times as powerful as their silicon counterparts. A computer full of diamonds, baby. Yeah. Who's doing this? Russell Henley of the Geophysical Laboratory of the Carnegie Institution of Washington and the researchers at Apollo Diamond Incorporated in Boston have produced the largest and some of the most flawless diamonds so far, and Europe's Carbon Power Electronics Consortium, led by Dutch diamond maker Element 6, what a cool name, has created a synthetic diamond diode, the first step toward working diamond semiconductors. Cool. When will this happen? During the past year, scientists have mastered the ability to grow 10-carat single crystals with a color and clarity that surpasses mined diamonds. Wow, that's awesome. Within a decade, they'll also be cheaper. Expect to see the first diamond semiconductors hit the market in 2011. Cool. That's all I have. That's the end of the news.
All right, so from here, we've got some E3 footage that has been put together by Seth, just the start of, well, I guess, quite a bit of E3 footage. So here is a little something for you guys.
This is Buzz and Zach here, live from E3. Well, things kicked off officially for everyone about 10 minutes ago, as it's now 10 after 11 here in LA time. And, yeah, we've been in for about 2 hours now, just kind of checking everything out that they had for the media. And, man, badass. What do you think, Zach?
Early access, and it was absolutely badass. Coolest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Now, throughout the day, we're going to be bringing you guys all sorts of information that we're going to be slowly releasing through BuzzTVs over the next couple of weeks, just because we don't want to kill you guys with, what, 3-4 hour show?
Sensory overload. You wouldn't be able to handle it. So for your own good, we're going to leak it out slow.
Yeah, but we're here to tell you guys, inside it is a madhouse. The place was basically filled with media, and I'm talking the floors, each of the halls, crazy. The lines outside to get in for general public, well, I can't say general public, those in the industry, went all the way out the front door here. It was absolutely amazing. But, yeah, really excited to bring you guys some of the really badass-looking games that are coming up. I mean, how about the PC hall, man?
Oh, my God, that's totally badass. Can't wait to get my hands on Battlefield 2142. Yeah. Still want to see Shadowrun. Yeah. I don't know what they're going to do with that. EA's booth rocks. Still haven't seen Midway's booth, so we got to see what Epic's up to. Yeah. But, yeah, lots of stuff on the way.
A lot of cool stuff to come. Anyways, we just wanted to tell you guys we're here. It's now kicked off, and we'll be bringing you guys some cool shit throughout the day. You guys take care.
A second ago, and probably several others, because she's probably feeding me some stuff, you know.
Oh, he's lying. That was like the first one.
Don't tell him, but definitely better than the ones over there. Just
he says that's all. So,
of course.
Are you enjoying the show so far?
I'm loving it. Yeah. It's great. It's very interesting. I've never been to a show. And as much as we run over to the booths and play their games, I can't because I'm devoted and dedicated. I'm here all week.
You never get away from the booth?
I think I get like a lunch.
Wow.
So that means I have to go to the cafeteria like this. I'm waiting in line the whole time and pay like $18 for
Guys don't let you come and buy things there?
Probably not. Have you been up? It's a jungle up there.
But if you've seen it,
Okay. Okay, perfect. That falls into that.
That's fine. It's all good. It was really good talking to you, okay?
It was nice to talk to you guys too. Thanks for coming by.
Control. PlayStation 3. Kind of like a third-person action adventure with a big sword, kicking a lot of ass, apparently. The game looks gorgeous. Really awesome visuals. Reminds me a bit of like a Dynasty Warriors kind of thing. Where you're just like beating up a whole bunch of enemies at once. Wilson, who is a product developer for the Metal Gear
Product manager.
Product
Right.
manager for Metal Gear. Nice to talk to you.
Nice to talk to you.
And yeah, so what do you do exactly?
I am the product marketing manager, so what I do is I take them to market, from product development to actually getting them out to the fans. I mean, I work on advertising, I work on all the media stuff. I mean, so I'm kind of like in the middle of all of it.
Very, very cool. Very cool. So let's see, are you doing any work right now on the PSP, upcoming PSP version of Metal Gear?
Right. I mean, what we have coming out this winter is Metal Gear Solid Portable Ops. It's a new game for the PSP system. It's the first time that an action game has come out for the PSP. The previous games were card-based, turn-based games. So this time it's like a true console-like Metal Gear action game for the PSP.
Like actual real-time control of Solid Snake and everything.
Correct.
Anything you could tell me about the game?
Basically, Metal Gear Solid Portable Ops takes place within the Metal Gear story mythos. So it takes place after Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater, but before Metal Gear Solid on the PlayStation. And it really follows the further adventures of Big Boss and how he forms the Foxhound unit. And fans will see a lot of the characters from MGS3 as well as brand new characters. One of the big features of, not only that does this game have a full-blown single-player campaign, it also has really heavy-duty Wi-Fi elements as well. So what you can do is you can build up your own squadron so that you can fight against other players online. So if you ever played Metal Gear Solid 3 Subsistence, you'll get a very similar experience against playing other players online.
Now, will this be playing peer-to-peer or in infrastructure mode over the actual internet?
Well, this will actually be over the internet, so it's actually infrastructure mode, so you can play against other people from different parts of the country, so it's a great thing.
So it's coming out this winter?
This is coming out this winter. When I say it's winter, it's a little vague, but we haven't really...
So maybe be beginning of 2007 as well?
Yeah, correct. It might be end of the year, right, exactly. So, I mean, with all the Metal Gear games, we want to make sure that the games are ready to come out on market and, as fully polished as it can be, so the consumers have a great experience.
I gotta say, speaking of Metal Gear advertising, the trailer for Metal Gear Solid 4, it's probably one of the most impressive things I've ever seen. I mean, it seems like they probably had to do a lot of work just for that one trailer. Anything you could tell me about it?
Right, well, Kojima Productions put a lot of pride and a lot of work into the Metal Gear Solid 4 trailer. Unlike other videos that you might see at E3, it actually runs on a PlayStation 3, All that stuff is...
it's actually running in real time.
Right, real-time graphics, so nothing's pre-rendered for that trailer. So at this year's E3, it's a 15-minute trailer just to kind of get you more into the Metal Gear Solid 4 universe. It shows an older Solid Snake and a lot of the characters from Metal Gear Solid 2, such as Meryl Silverberg and Colonel Campbell and everybody, and kind of time has progressed on, and it takes place in a distant future, and it's a different type of world than what.
It's really interesting. It looks like Raiden is beefed up too.
Oh, definitely. I mean, Raiden is interesting because a lot of fans, really didn't like him as much in Metal Gear Solid 2, but I think in Metal Gear Solid 4, they'll really come to understand and really like Raiden.
Well, that's really cool that Mr. Kojima kind of has a foresight to say, here's a character that they may not like, but just wait, I've got this whole saga planned, and this character is going to kind of come into his own.
Right. I mean, Mr. Kojima is a great storyteller, and I think fans won't be disappointed with MGS4.
I think so too, definitely. I mean, definitely a system seller if I ever saw one. Now, the release date is basically 2007.
Correct. Yeah. Right now we have release date of 2007. So please look forward to it.
I think we all will. Yeah, definitely. Well, thanks a lot for your questions. I really appreciate it.
Great. Thanks. No problem.
All right, guys. Well, there's a little bit of E3 action and a giant friggin' diamond behind us. Sweet.
Put the cool picture of Bill Gates back up behind us. I love that picture. Yeah.
Yeah. So next thing we want to do is take a look at some work that was submitted by one of our members on 3D Buzz by Sush Animator. Hope I'm saying that correctly. I believe so. So, Seth, if you want to roll that footage for us, this is good stuff here.
Let me tell you the story of Lollipoo Lee. In a big house overlooking the sea, high on a cliff, lived Lollipoo Lee. Down on the shore, far, far below, stood Lolly's true love, young Johnny Poe. Can they ever hold hands or share a sweet kiss, so far apart? But wait, what's this? The sea starts to rise at the time of high tide. Johnny jumps in his boat and holds tight for the ride. The water climbs quickly to the house up above, and for a few moments Johnny joins his fair love. But too soon the moon plays its cruel game. The sea drops away, and they must part again. No hurricane fierce nor wicked typhoon can spoil their pure love under that moon. For again the next day they will wait by the sea, that young Johnny Poe and his Lolly Poo Lee.
Abrupt ending, but very cute.
Yeah,
I dug it. All right, well, that's going to pretty much wrap it up for tonight's show. I think we're going to do call-ins on Friday night. So let's see. This coming Friday is the more professional, not so laid-back show, which will finally feature the interview with Andrew Orloff from Zoic Studios and the tour around Zoic as well. We'll be doing call-ins Friday night and taking a look at some other work that has been submitted over on 3D Buzz. Craig Crane is one of them that we'll be taking a look at a few of the things he submitted. Cool. So some good stuff coming up.
Yeah.
So anyways, we hope you guys are able to join us for the real BuzzTV show. That's what we're basically calling it, you know. The relaxed show is on Wednesday. The more serious show is on Friday.
This is our BS session.
That's right. So hopefully you guys can join us Friday night at 8 o'clock Central Daylight Time for some BuzzTV Live. So until then, you guys all take care, and we'll see you around on 3dbuzz.com.
Night, guys.
See ya.